Two, one, let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're so glad you're here this morning. We'll get started in just a minute. I know oftentimes people are running from a class or a meeting, so we'll just wait one more minute to get started. How's everybody doing this morning?
Feel free to unmute yourselves and present yourselves while we wait for everybody to join in, guys.
We had a lot more people register than are on the call, so I just want to give it one more minute. We'll get started at 10:04. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and start introducing myself while we have a couple more people register. Good morning. My name is Elise. I am from Next Wave STEM, and we are thrilled that you're joining us today to learn more about the Mississippi K-8 STEM grant. We are a K-12 emerging technologies curriculum provider, and we offer STEAM CTE curriculum kits and professional development. But really, a big part of our mission is to be a good partner to schools by learning about grants and communicating that information out to schools to help you find funding. One of the number one things that we hear from schools as we're working with schools and districts is that we need curriculum, we need STEAM material, we need kits, or even if we can afford the curriculum, we can't afford the kits to do hands-on, inquiry-based experiential learning. Can you help us find funding resources? So we take that to heart seriously, and my role at the company is to find grants for you all and to communicate that out to you, because we know that certainly your jobs are big enough and hard enough as it is. You don't have time to look for grants. And so my job at Next Wave STEM, we actually pay money to have access to a grant database, and I get updates to that database about 3 times a week, and I scour that database for new grants, and I communicate that out to schools and host webinars like these so that you all learn what's available to you to help you with your budgets, so that you have the best curriculum resources available to you, and that your students have the best learning experiences available to them. So that just, just kind of summarizes what I just talked about. So our agenda today, and I really kind of hit that first bullet about who we are, being an emerging technology STEAM provider. We're going to talk a little bit, just a minute, about what types of grants are available to schools and districts. We're going to spend the bulk of our time talking about the Mississippi K-8 STEM grant, and then we're going to talk a little bit about our Next Wave STEM curriculum and our kits and how they're a fit for that K-8 STEM grant. And then obviously we'll take time for your questions at the end. And then I will be available to you all. I'll be sending out this presentation to you all, so feel free to just listen. You don't need to be furiously taking notes and worrying about that. Did you get all the information? I'm going to send Paula, who introduced me today, will be sending this presentation to you. We'll send you the link to the website for the grant, for the application, and where you apply. And then you are more than welcome to set up, there'll be also a link in that email to set up time with me. If you'd like to set up time to meet with me, I can help you with your application. And teachers that I've worked with have received grants in other states, so that hopefully will motivate you to apply for the grant in Mississippi. So there are normally three types of grants that are available to schools to apply for, or that are available to them. The first types of grants are the federal grants that come from the federal government. And these are usually grants that oftentimes you don't apply for, that are automatically disseminated to school based on demographic data of schools. And it's usually based on poverty levels, and the number of students who qualify for free lunches. They're based on very high level calculus formulas. And again, oftentimes schools don't have to apply for those. They're automatically doled out to schools. So we tend not to deal with those types of grants. But the second category is really the sweet spot where we help schools, which are the state grants, which is exactly this Mississippi K-8 STEM grant. They're competitive grants where schools and districts apply. There's often a rubric that is attached to the grant that schools and districts can follow along with, so they know exactly how they're going to be judged against other schools. And oftentimes these grants oftentimes are called RFPs, requests for proposals, are available until funds are depleted. And then the third category of grant are private grants that are from corporations, might be something like Toyota or Honda or Walmart, or the foundations of these corporations, or a non-for-profit organization that has a grant giving arm that gives to schools. And these are another type of grant that we communicate out to schools as well. So as soon as we find these grants, we send emails to schools. If you're on our email distribution list, and clearly you all are, otherwise you wouldn't be here at our webinar today, we send the email out to you notifying you of the grant so that you have the opportunity to apply for it. Okay, so let's dig into the Mississippi K-8 grant. So who's eligible to apply for the K-8 STEM grant? Any Mississippi school district with an approved 24-25 Perkins local plan application. So your school district administrators will know whether or not you have that approved plan. And then applicants must be seeking to implement or enhance a STEM-related program in kindergarten through 8th grade. Many times these grants are not allowing the funds to be used for a current program that you already have in place. It's really to implement a new program in your district to expand your STEAM or STEM offering. Okay, the objective of the grant is to support STEM-related activities that align with the current Mississippi College and Career Readiness math and science standards, including computer science. And the benefit during the grant period will be the availability of upgraded resources. Again, that's that key word. It's not to continue a current program, but it's to upgrade what you're currently doing for the implementation of current STEM-related curriculum. So what can the funds be used to purchase? So the funds can be used to purchase equipment for your K-8 STEM program and software. So the software can be curriculum and or hardware for K-8 STEM programs. The award amount is $20,000 per school district. So if you have different teachers in your school district who are applying for the grant, there is a maximum of $20,000 per school district. So what you can achieve or receive as an individual teacher in the district will be dependent upon how many other teachers in your district are applying for the grant. The grant is due September 29th. I know it is the 11th today. And I will tell you that oftentimes the states have very small turnaround times. From the day that I get the grant update in the database, um, I there's usually less than a week's time period from the time that the state announces the grant to the time that that grant is available in the database. Um, and then I, from the time that I'm getting it in the database to the time that I'm communicating that to you all is honestly only about a 48-hour time period. So oftentimes the turnaround time is really only about 4 weeks. Here, clearly, it's less than that. Um, and it really just honestly weeds out a lot of people that it really you have to be motivated, right, to apply for it because it's a pretty short turnaround time. But on the flip side, if you do apply for it, you're going to have a good chance of getting it because there is a short turnaround time. So it's going to reduce the number of applicants just simply because of the turnaround time. Mississippi does have a really great turnaround time of when they notify you. So, there's only a month turnaround time of being notified for the award. And then usually the funds follow very shortly afterwards so that you'll be able to benefit from this STEM grant during this school year, which is really nice. So there are some states that literally the review time is a 6-month period. So by the time that you find out about it, it's, you're really not going to be able to use it until the next school year. So it's really nice that Mississippi is reviewing this very quickly and that you'll be able to take advantage of it during the 25-26 school year. Okay, so as I said, I will email this presentation out to you that will have the link for the documents from the state, which will have the rubric, it'll have the application, it'll tell you whether you have to email the application, whether you need to, log on via a portal. So just be sure to follow all of the instructions. And again, if you'd like to set up an appointment with me, if you have specific questions on the grant, I am more than happy to work with you on filling that out. Okay, so what kind of curriculum does Next Wave STEM have that you could put in your grant budget for K-8? So Next Wave STEM sells robotics, drones, 3D printing and design, innovation, artificial intelligence, hydroponics, sustainability, and game design, all at the K-8 level. That would all be appropriate for the equipment and the software curriculum that would qualify for this K-8 STEAM grant. These are all the courses. These arrows show what's available for K2, 3, 5, and 6, 8. And I've broken these out into individual slides, which is just a little bit easier to read. So each one of these classes is a 15 lesson course that's 1 hour long. The course, we sell the course, we sell the equipment kit separately, and then we sell a professional development module that's course specific. So it's anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours that takes the teacher through exactly what they need to know to be able to teach the course. Everything from how to use the equipment, to walking through the curriculum. There are, in addition to that professional development module, there are very, very laid out lesson plans. We know these are emerging technologies. We expect the teacher to have zero knowledge on a 3D printer or robots or drones. These emerging technologies, we know that when you went and got your teacher certification, you certainly didn't learn about artificial intelligence or drones or robots. So we take you from step 0 through our thoroughly stepped out lesson plans and our professional development module so that you are 100% comfortable teaching the course. All of the lessons are presented in Google Slides that are fully downloadable and editable, very student friendly. All of our curriculum is on a teacher LMS, so there's no student logon. Everything is downloadable so that you can upload it to your own if you have, Canvas or Schoology. You can upload it to your own LMS and assign it to students. Everything is in English and Spanish, both the student materials and the teacher materials. These are our 3-5 courses. So again, the same categories: robotics, drones, 3D printing. If you're interested in drones but don't have a great place either indoor or outdoor to fly them, we have a simulator course where students can code the drones and then fly them on our simulator instead of using physical drones. One thing about all of our curriculum is that students code, fly their drones, work with the robots from day one. It's not a culminating activity they do at the end of a course. They are coding, they are troubleshooting, they are doing everything from day one. Hydroponics has been one of our most popular courses. Students grow their own plants, they can eat it, they can work with chefs who can come into your school and cook something for the students with the lettuce that they grow. Really fun career and college readiness. And that's really the theme of the grant. So anything that you can incorporate into the grant that really focuses on career and college readiness, bring in a surgeon who uses robots for surgery, bring in a marketing company that uses drones to film video for their marketing materials. Anything that you can show that you are really keying into that career and college readiness and showing students what careers that they can go into using these emerging technologies, the better chance you will have to earn that grant award. Same thing with the 6-8 courses. Game design is a really popular course with esports right now. A lot of esports competition going on in the middle schools. Our newest course this year for Back to School 2025 is vinyl cutting. It's one of the newest manufacturing courses. So again, part of that career and college readiness, it's one of the newest advanced manufacturing courses in the industry. All of our STEM curriculum is aligned to the Mississippi College and Career Readiness Standards for Computer Science, along with all of the other standards that you would expect: NGSS, Common Core, the ISTE standards, the Computer Science Standards, Teacher Association, and 21st Century Skills. All of our courses come with that. A course guide, which includes, scope and sequence, pacing, those teacher lesson plans that I talked about, that Google presentation. We also have student worksheets and answer keys. Again, everything in English and Spanish, and that online teacher portal. Again, students don't need to log in anywhere. You don't need to worry about student usernames and IDs and student privacy and all of that kind of stuff. We do have, as I said, we sell everything by our courses, professional development, and equipment kits. Okay, so going to move to the question phase of our webinar. You're welcome to come off mute and ask any questions, either about the grant, about the Next Wave STEM curriculum, anything that I can do to assist you. Feel free to hop off of mute and ask whatever questions. I know I threw a lot of information at you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Miss Brown, or Chiquita Brown. I am in Kemper County School District. And I was just wondering how I can know if my district has the Perkins loan plan application. How do I find that out?
I would call your district administrator. If you don't have a grants person, I would contact the finance person in your district. the finance person, if you have a CFO, if you have a district budget person, I would reach out to that person.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Other questions?
One more. Also,
Mhm. Sure.
so am I understanding correctly? This is you all are Next Wave STEM, and you're saying there's a grant out here that will purchase these things that we offer, and you'll help us get the grant. Am I hearing that correct?
If you Right. This is a grant that's sponsored by the Mississippi Department of Education. We're a private company, and we just make these. We we communicate these grants out to you so you're aware of them. And if you want to purchase our curriculum as a part of your grant application, we'll help you. If you have any questions during the application process, we'll happy to sit down with you and go through that with you. We'll put a quote together for our curriculum and help you apply for that.
Thank you.
What other questions do you all have? Just going to check the chat. I see a couple things in the chat and I don't know. Okay, we already answered Miss Brown's question in the chat. Other questions? Okay, I'd like to I'm going to go ahead and share. I'll go ahead if you I'm going to share our platform just so that you can see um, what that looks like. Um, I'm just going to share the 3 through 5 um, from our drones course, just so you get a general idea of what that looks like. Okay, so this is just a sample on this is our Teachable LMS. And you can just click on, this is our teacher guide, this is our lesson content. And I'm just going to click this preview. Just so that you can see what the Google Slides look like. So these are the slides that, again, come with the program. These are fully downloadable. They're completely editable. And as I said, you can, there are lesson plans that are in the 5E model of instruction. They engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. And they tell you exactly which slide to show, what to say to students, how to break them in groups. And this is just like an introductory lesson before that's talking about how drones are used to track animals. And then they'll do, like, the next lesson, they'll do something with coding where they can fly their drone that could be used to, track an animal in the wild. They'll do an activity like that. So these are just very student-friendly lessons. They have an animal tracking sheet that they can track the behavior of an animal with their drone after they code the drone to follow that. with that. And then I'll just show you one of the teacher lesson plans so you can see what that looks like. And these are all in Word. Gives you the objectives, the materials that you need, the engage, see how it shows you, show the video. There's also videos that come with the course, how are drones used, hand out the sheets, what slide, get into their teams. It really goes through everything. You don't have to create any lesson plans for our program. These are all completely spelled out for you. There's also ideas for differentiation and evaluation. And because these are, if you don't have a 60-minute class period, they are broken up by time so that you're able to if you only have two 30-minute class periods, you can easily break that up into the time frame that you need. So just wanted to show that to you, how easy it is to use in the classroom. And again, you can see here in the LMS, all the resources are in Spanish as well. Right here for you. Okay, any other questions that I can answer for you? Paula will be sending out the information. I will be following up with each of you. Paula, did we hit the record button? Do we have all of their contact information?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay, great. Okay, so we'll follow up with all of you. We'll send everything out, and please don't hesitate to set up a time with me so that I can support you with whatever way I can. You have a great rest of your day. Congratulations on a great start to the school year, and I'm sure it will continue off in a fine fashion. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.